matters when you're near me. Touching your face as I look deep in your eyes. Baby, I love you, can you hear me? Here you are beside me, and the world is yours and mine. I wanna give my love to you till the end of time. Till the end of time. When the sun goes down, I'll be here with you.
Oh, it ends abruptly. We forgot about that, dude. And we need to work on that. We need to add a fade out because
I know.
in the back room just doing this shit. Till the end of time.
Oh man,
What's up, guys?
that's Eddie's best tune right there.
That scared the heck out of me, man. I didn't realize. I forgot
Oh really?
that abrupt ending. Yeah, I was like, whoa. I was jeez Louise. How you guys doing? Happy Friday.
Oh,
So, welcome to our pre-stream. Again, we have to reiterate, we're pre-gaming it, right? We're here to hang out with you guys. I think Todd's being a little misleading with his background because this is our pre-game for our Texas Chainsaw Massacre: The Next Generation. We're going to be hanging out with you guys for a bit, and then immediately after this is done, we're going to be moving over for the members-only stream of Texas Chainsaw Massacre: The Next Generation, or also known as The Return of Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So we rewatched this film last night. I think Todd might have watched it today. We'll talk about it obviously in depth on the watch along. But my that movie, I remember seeing it, or at least most of it, back in the 90s when it came out, in the days of pay-per-view, and whew, man, it just it was something, all right. And our boy
it'll be fun. It'll be fun to talk about, man. I'm looking forward to it.
Our boy does say "all right, all right, all right" in it.
Yeah, he does.
Which is crazy, which is wild.
Yeah.
But anyway, how's everybody doing? How was your weeks, man? Yeah, just rewatched it last night. What should it be, like a weekly ritual? Yeah, I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it since the 90s, man. The only thing I remembered about it.
Matthew McConaughey was the only thing I ever
just remember the very end when he's in the house and he's like got his foot on his girlfriend's neck or whatever. Just kind of him going batshit, cutting him. I just kind of remember that, and I remember
the shotgun. The shotgun. I remember that part.
I just kind of remember that stuff, and I'm like, yeah, I don't remember any of the other story, so it'll be nice to watch it. And then I watch it, I'm like, oh, there was no other story. So it's like I pretty much, I remember the Robo leg, but the third TCM teaser is still one of the best. Oh, I was right? The chainsaw coming out of the water.
Yeah, I always like that. Yeah.
Todd was trying to tell me that was another sequel. I'm like, I'm pretty sure it was that one, The Saw's Family. But anyway, how's everybody doing, man? We're here to chill. We're here to hang for a bit before we do all that. It's been a long week.
Oh God, I'm glad it's over, man.
Don't be glad it's over. It's just gonna be back here again in another day or two.
Well, shit, man. Work was crazy this week, so I'm glad that this week is finished.
I got the bubble guts, man. We started a little late, because I had to take a massive dump, and Todd had to render that Eddie video. He rendered it, and it was getting flagged. I'm like, Eddie's taking our money?
Yeah, because I wanted his original voice in there because he's such a beautiful voice.
I told him just to drop it, pitch shift it, and he dropped it 5 semitones, which might have been a bit much, but it was kind of funny. Made him almost sound like David Gilmour, like Pink Floyd. It kind of was. It was a vibe.
Maybe next time it'll be high pitched. Like high pitched Eric did. High pitched Eddie.
McConaughey disowns this. He should be championing this dog shit. Riverman shared with me an interview with him that didn't seem like it was too old. And he was talking
3 years ago.
He wasn't trash talking it. He just seemed to be recollecting. He's like, yeah, about how he got the role and stuff. And he seemed fairly respectable. I mean, I don't think I've actually heard him trash talk it, but I get it. You can criticize it because it's not good, but it was work. And at the time he He had just done Dazed and Confused, I think, the previous year. This was probably like
Yeah.
his second flick, and he, by his own admission, auditioned. He went out for it. Like, hey, he put himself out there. They didn't call him like, I want the role. So you can't really.
Oh, they wanted him the role of at the very end or something where he's picking up Renee Zellweger.
We'll talk about it when we
Yeah.
actually do the commentary. But yeah, they were basically going to give him like the Harley Davidson role. You know, the where are you going? Nowhere special. Hop on, I'll take you there. You know,
Yeah.
Harley Davidson. He wanted the role versus like I don't know, Silhouette. Thank you so much, bro. He says pitch it up to anime girl voice. Yeah, anime girl voice Eddie, like those nightmare songs next time. Yeah, we'll have to play with it. It'd be great if we had one that was just batshit crazy and it kept going all wild, like go like really high pitch, like those YouTube boot videos.
Yeah.
But it's really funny. Really, I thought he shit talked it. Cool to hear he's cool with it. I mean, he might have in the past. I don't know, but it was an interview that was Todd says 3 years old.
Yeah.
And he seemed very knowledgeable about it. Like he seemed to recollect everything. He was taking you through and talking about how where he was at the time, and they offered him a bit thing, like Todd said, a really bit part, and he was gonna do it. It's like, yeah, whatever. I need work. It's not a big deal. And then they asked him to basically, do you have anybody you can refer in the local Texas area that would be good for the lead? And then he's like, yeah, I got a few guys. And he's like, as soon as I fucking left, I'm like, what am I doing? Do I realize what I've done? He's like, I now went back and I'm like, I would like it. And so he actively was an actor looking to work, and he went out for it. So hopefully he doesn't trash talk it. I think you could be critical for sure.
Yeah.
But it's work, man. It's stuff. And obviously there's a lot of history to that film. I can't wait to talk about when we actually get into it on the separate chat. Nightcore, not Nightmare. Damn autocorrect. Are you sure you didn't mean Night Court starring Harry Anderson?
Great show.
And John Larroquette, who full circle was the narrator at the start of Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the good one. I think John Larroquette, he reprised his narrator at the start with that Texas Chainsaw 3D, right?
He might have, yeah.
The one, if I'm getting him confused, whatever the one is where they try and make a direct sequel or prequel to the first one, I get them all confused. Hey, Aaron, when will you finally turn Eddie Furlong's huge face into Uncle Frank and chains hooks?
That'd be cool.
Can we have that idea? I think we should do it.
Absolutely, man.
Todd can work his magic too. Todd's been really working with the all that fuckery with the face swap stuff. So that would be great, man. Just put Eddie's face on the Jesus wet pick, man.
And I'll have the face of him getting his teeth done.
I feel like we got to. Because he already kind of looks like that. I think to do that, we need to make sure we're doing a really sick Eddie movie for a commentary. So we'll have to figure out what we haven't done yet. I feel like we need to redo T2. I feel like we got to redo it. I think we can do better. And that way we could put Eddie in the chains, the Jesus wept in the background. You can have Robert Patrick shaking his finger. Be great, man. Oh, Robert Patrick Pinhead. We can really do a lot with that.
What other Eddie movies haven't we done? I mean,
we haven't done, was it Wild Heart or is it American Heart? American Heart. We haven't done Home of Our Own with Kathy Bates. You ever seen that?
No.
Mr. Mooney, the lovely Asian landlord that's got a heart of gold, and it's Kathy Bates. She's got a million kids. That I don't know who knocked up Kathy Bates about 20 times, but they did, and they left her. Rightfully so. And basically, they're struggling, and they are able to get this home. And I believe this guy, Mr. Mooney, owns it. And there's just one scene where they're all excited for Christmas and they all have presents and they start opening up like hammers and shit. It's like, and they're all so sad. It always broke my heart. And she's like, I thought we talked about the presents for the house. And they're like crying. Pay me 20 blunts and I'll do a voiceover intro for you guys. Hold on. Oh, thanks again, bro. Nightcore's pitched up song. Oh, Nightcore is pitched up songs that sound like anime chicks, like Cascade's How Do You Do or All I Want for Xmas. Okay. I can understand I can visualize it. Yeah, wait, how you mentioned his face was too wide?
Here's a good one. Have you heard of this Intermedio? It's starring Eddie Furlong. A group of 4 teens, friends, become trapped in a Mexican border tunnel where they fall prey one by one to tortured ghosts who haunt them.
That sounds amazing. What's that one about the reality show where it's like Big Brother and he's like
It's not Pecker. That movie. Yeah, I know you're talking. That movie is horrible.
Yes. So, well, Silhouette. He's saying thanks again. He says Pecker commentary. I don't like Pecker that much.
I don't remember it.
I just I'm not a huge John Waters guy, but Pecker wasn't. Pecker was John Waters light. It really
Wicked Prey, dude. The Crow, Wicked Prey. Have we done that?
Wicked Prayer.
Oh, it's Prayer.
Yeah.
I think it's Prey. American History actually done.
I can imagine Wicked Prayer is pretty bad. No, what's that movie? I'm trying to figure it out where he's like the sadistic guy and he's got all these people locked in his house like Big Brother. And then he did another dang man. Oh, you know what? Everybody's talking. What's that Uwe Boll movie he did? That's the one that people keep saying we have to do. Maybe we should do the Uwe Boll movie. Gosh, guys, are you guys gonna be mad at me if I have to take another shit? It's coming out.
Jesus, dude.
Todd, can you hold the fort?
Yeah, where are we at in the chat?
I just read Silhouette's Pecker commentary. Guys, I'm so sorry. You know what? I'll be on the shitter and I'll be chatting with you guys, but I have to shit. I'll be right back.
All right, so let's see. Pitch Anime Girl, we talked about that. Night Core, we talked about that. Let's see, where are we at here? Sorry. Pecker commentary, John Waters film. I'm not a huge John Waters guy myself. There's a few films I do like of John Waters, but there's some people that are obsessed with John Waters, and he's hit and miss for me. But that's just my opinion. Arquette did the remake in 2006. Beginning sequel he did in 2022. Eddie is in the Wall Street movie. Well, I love Wall Street. Riverman's their favorite chainsaw after the first. Oh God, I would say I do love 2. I just like 1 and 2 pretty much. It's sad because I do like the 2003 remake. I think that is a solid remake. There's some people that hate on that movie, but I did see it in the theater 2 or 3 times, and the tone of it I thought was pretty cool. I know it was a Platinum Dunes movie. People give shit for Platinum Dunes, but I think that was like one of the OG ones, and I really liked it. Jessica Biel or she looks great in it. It's just a solid remake in my opinion, but there's a lot of people that either like it or hate it. So that's one we're gonna do eventually here. Which we were actually gonna do that tonight, but we're like, that's more of one that everybody's gonna want to talk about. So we figured we just do that on a regular episode. Throw me your favorite one, Sean. Her favorite few. Let's see. Best Uwe Boll film. Oof. None. I'm just kidding. God, after I saw House of the Dead in the theaters, that was one of the only films I walked out of. It was so bad. I was with a date too, and this film sucked. Let's see here. Definitely Platinum Dunes horror remake. Okay. Agree on TCM remake. Yeah. Jessica Biel was hot. The gore was decent. Yeah, and they had the gore scene of, at the time, it was pretty new, where I think the girl shoots herself in the head or whatever. Then they do like the camera shot through the head, which is pretty cool. I've seen that numerous times afterwards, but that opening scene was really cool, I thought. But what else we got here? 2003. It's a remake, I guess. 2006 at the beginning. I never got into the beginning. I watched it. None of those really did it for me. The last one that came out, the Netflix one, I thought was complete shit. I would actually put Next Generation up. Say it's better than that one. I couldn't get into this Netflix one, man. It's not my thing. Eric is in it. Okay. Let's see. Sean Boyle. I'd say 2-4. 2003 remake. Okay. 4 was. Is this considered 3 or 4? Next Generation. I always get it confused because the one with the one with Ken Foray was 3. So I'd probably say 3 was better than this one. Some people really like 3. I think Zach really liked 3. I never really got into 3. It was fine, but it was just so dark and I don't know. I didn't love it the first time I saw it. I do need to go back to it because it's been years now since I've actually seen that one. And then of course the beginning. Don't really remember the beginning. I might have done a commentary on either that or Leatherface. I don't remember Leatherface very much either. But yeah, they don't have the staying power. The franchise it doesn't do it for me. Like the Friday the 13th films, I can jump behind the franchise even if the films are shitty. I enjoy them to an extent. Jason X, that was the worst one, I think. But all the other ones, like the Friday the 13th remake, I didn't think it was terrible. But I'm looking forward to seeing what they're going to do with this Crystal Lake Memories or this television show. Let's see. I remember the beginning. It was just. I just remember Arlie Ermey in the beginning. Yeah. And which is kind of weird because he was in the remake, right? And then he was in the beginning. So the beginning, I'm guessing, is the prequel to the remake. But Next Gen's 4. Yeah, okay. Oh, Noob. Okay. Yeah. Sorry, I don't know my TCM lore after 2. Let's see. Never saw Leatherface. You won't miss anything. From what I remember, it was pretty shitty. Well, I mean, there's a lot of films. I mean, it's kind of weird because we're going to talk about it tonight, but the Next Generation is mostly not about Leatherface himself, which is kind of crazy. It's probably a good thing because the Leatherface that's actually in this film is fucking shitty, in my opinion. So maybe it's good they don't base it around Leatherface in a lot of these. Let's see. Beginnings, sequel, I think remake. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. These are. I don't know. I think they can do better, man. I think they coming off of this past Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2022. I mean, I know you're appealing to the younger crowd and everything like that, but it just reeked of straight to Netflix movie, and man, they can just do so much better. Let me look it up real quick. So yeah, this pretty much got slammed on like Rotten Tomatoes and all the. I hear a few people saying they actually like it, which is very interesting to me. What did they like about this? That whole bus scene with all the kids and the social media recording on TikTok and everything like that is just not really my thing. I mean, it's not really my generation. So maybe the young kids like that. I thought it was fucking stupid, but Leatherface himself looked terrible too. And then of course they threw in cameos of Who'd they put in this? They don't even have them credited here. Yeah, they threw in a few cameos, which I thought were pretty bad. If I'm having to go against this and the new Halloween films, as bad as the Halloween films are, I mean, they're still better than a lot of these Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Sally had
shit.
a cameo.
Sally. Okay,
but I don't think it was the OG actress, right?
I can't remember if it was
think
or not.
if I think that was the ultimate gross. I mean, they were trying to like do the Halloween Laurie Strode H4O thing, like, oh, we gotta, but they just kind of shoehorned her in that Netflix one because she was just kind of in and out. And if I remember correctly, I don't think it was the original actor. Spoiler alert, we'll talk. I'm not trying to talk about the movie too much before we do that one, but she has a cameo in Next Generation, the legit Sally. But sorry guys, whew, that was brutal. Todd, you did all right. You did all right. I was watching you every step of the way on the toilet, and we ate these like honey hot chicken fucking wraps, dude. And it's
where'd you eat them from?
There's this place out here called Angie's Grill, and they they do their own lobster in house. They got their own like wharf and stuff. And anyway, it's the honey hot. It's the hot honey, and it just fucking decimated me, man. It was about to come out when I left. If I can hold it, I'm holding it. But dude, I'm like, hey guys, this is about to come out, so I left because I was about to shit myself on stream, which would be epic. Which is the natural progression, knowing me with the stories I've told, for me to actually come full circle.
Oh, that'd be great.
But yeah. Anyway, sorry, I don't think you read this one.
No, I didn't.
So thank you so much.
Thanks.
Watch the cheapo TCM knockoff called Skin Deep. Did you know? I think the guy who directed Next Generation had a movie called Butcher Brothers, and it was supposed to be the sequel. He wrote a sequel to Next Generation, but it was I guess they didn't want to back it after Next Generation flopped, but he still made it under a different name. Let's see. Ever been to that Mexican restaurant called Carolina's in Mesa? Zach Hill, I keep forgetting. So do you live here or do you used to live here? Is it Carolina or Carolina? I don't spend that much time in Mesa. Mesa's on the other side of the city from me. But my brother used to live there for a brief time, so that's when I would go out there. I mean, sometimes I go out to Mesa, or in that area. They used to have I used to go to shows. Sometimes I'd be in Mesa. They used to have a place I used to go to called Club Red. They got shut down, I think, during the scamdemic. But I'm still over there and in Tempe and stuff like that. I go to the Marquee Theater and whatnot. And let's see, honey hot chicken craps, more like it, dude. I don't know. I question if it was worth it. There's some things that I keep going back to that I know I'm gonna fucking always like regret and just be suffering.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I'm like, I can't quit them, dude. I just can't quit certain things. Warwick Davis isn't Skin Deep for real, guys. For real, I had such a good time, honestly, doing the Leprechaun 3 commentary that I have to edit this week. I've been having a problem. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but the videos, like when I've been posting the last few commentaries up, it's basically based off of this stream because my local recording is effed up somehow. So like you'll notice our video footage isn't quite crisp 4K local audio. It's the stream. So I think I hopefully got it fixed for the Leprechaun one, but I had such a good time talking about Leprechaun. Todd still is not a Leprechaun guy.
And it was fun. I thought it was a good commentary though.
I don't know, man. Like, I love this stuff. I love Texas Chainsaw Man. I love all that stuff, but sometimes I need levity. I just like stupid films, and I flaunt it. I'm like, I like people knowing that. Yeah, I watched this. Like, it's something funny. Like, yeah, I watched Leprechaun. It's fun. I watch
stupid movies like Leprechaun too. I like Evil Toons, so come on.
But and as much as I love Evil Toons, the value for Evil Toons for me is more in the nostalgia and where I was when I saw it and stuff like that. But every Leprechaun movie is basically better than Evil Toons, if I'm being honest. It's true, man.
I don't know. Maybe we should do a debate show on that one.
That's a weird one. Evil Toons versus Leprechaun. Like, what's the relevance? There ain't none. They're both stupid. That's the relevance. We could do Evil Tunes versus Cool World, dude.
Oh yeah,
I,
yeah. There you go.
I honestly, I would love to do. That's one I would love to revisit.
That's been a
It's-
minute since I've seen
well,
that one, man.
a lot of those classic films from our upbringing, we did a long time ago when we were still audio, and a lot of those could use a facelift. And I would love to do Evil Tunes again. I adore it. It's terrible. We need to have Dick Miller exploitation. We'll be here for a decade.
I
Just
do
do
think we need to do that new monkey movie when it comes to streaming, the monkey or whatever.
Oh, the monkey, that Stephen King one.
Yeah, I want to see. I want to see that. Yeah.
Warwick throws sharp killer plates in it. Wait, like frisbee golf? That's his weapon? Okay, that's right, Zach. He says, "No, I just have family around Peoria." Yeah, that's right. I remember you weren't here, but you had some kind of connection. See, that's I'm in the West Valley, so I'm closer to Peoria than Mesa. So, Todd, you've seen that area. So like he's talking about more around the area I live in.
Oh,
Mesa,
okay. Yeah.
Mesa is the dump airport I pick you up at. That's basically like a truck.
That's not a dump, dude. That's nice. Come on.
The Mesa airport.
Yeah, coming from where I'm coming from, yeah, that's nice, dude.
Mesa airport looks like a Greyhound bus station on a good day.
It looks nice to me, dude.
But you're not talking about Phoenix Sky Harbor because that's like the legit.
No, I'm talking about Mesa, dude. The one I flew into that
on
yeah,
Allegiant.
Allegiant, where you have to walk off the plane and you're actually walking off the plane.
Yeah, and the whole plane looks like a fucking bottle of Tide. It's got so many
Yeah.
advertises because they're such a low rent airline. They have to have a million. They look like race cars.
Yeah.
How many like sponsors they have? It's so funny. Anyway, Evil Bong. Isn't Tommy Chong on one of those?
I think so.
We could just do a commentary watching the monkeys, not the monkey. Let's see here. I won't spoil what happens to him at the end, but it's hilarious at Rival House. Okay, so I gotta watch it. You know me, I love me some Warwick. I was watching his clips of his show with Stephen Merchant and what's his fucking face, Ricky Gervais. That really
Mhm.
funny show. The one with Val Kilmer has been circulating because Val Kilmer died, R.I.P. And yeah, what a funny show. And Val Kilmer was in Riverman's favorite movie of all time, Top Gun, which I still think is not a good movie. But you know what? It really makes you want to go back and finally watch that Val documentary that came out a couple years ago.
Yeah, I need to watch that.
It's
Is that
supposed to be
Amazon or?
Yeah, it was an Amazon exclusive. I think
Okay.
it's supposed to be really good and really heartfelt because I think that it's all comprised of Val's footage, right? It's all Val produced it. Val, I think the only thing is I think they got his son to like narrate it as Val because he can't talk.
I know I got choked up in Top Gun Maverick when he was trying to talk in that. That was pretty.
Well, Top Gun Maverick was, in my opinion, a much better movie than the first Top Gun.
See, it's 50-50. I actually think it's just as good as the first film, and I never say that.
But the first film has no story. There's nothing.
No. There's a lot of nostalgia to it. There's a lot. I grew up with that film.
Zach, that place is so far from where my sister lives. Holy shit. Midwest to Mesa.
Yeah.
Top Buns. Don't think I've ever seen Top Gun all the way through. It's just a shallow movie. Top Gun is nothing but a music video. It was a movie made for and during the MTV generation, and it was basically an advertisement for the soundtrack. That's the way I see it. And even Val Kilmer, there was an interview circling around that he did, within the last. It was before his voice was completely gone. It was strained, but he could talk. Then it kind of like totally went away, and he couldn't talk But he was talking about. He's like, yeah, the movie was.
It's a Navy propaganda movie. We try to get people into the Navy.
He was saying that, he turned down the movie because he said that the script was terrible. he's like, it's really silly. He was being complimentary to her, like it's a fantastic movie. Because he's like Tony Scott said, trust me, whatever. And when he watched it, he was sold. Like, oh yeah, because it wasn't about But he's like, if you read it on paper, it's like the movie is really silly. He's like,
check your mic cord, dude. People are
What's
saying that. It sounds like you're in a tin can.
tin can.
Now you sound fine. Yeah.
Do I sound fine?
For a minute, it sounded like you were in a tin can.
I don't know. Maybe it's a connection thing. Anyway, before I was so rudely I'm just kidding. But no, he was saying that Top Gun it read bad, like on paper. He's like, it's ridiculous. He's like, we're in Top Gun, we're in a classroom, and there's these fucking like fighter jets behind us, and we're outdoor. Like, what? It's like, no, like, what the fuck is this? That's not what a classroom is. It's like everything about it was just so ridiculous.
That's what's fun about it.
Yeah, it's a fun movie. It's whatever. Let's see. Val was better in Thunderheart, which I never saw Thunderheart. So
I haven't seen that either.
Fun facts: I've never seen Real Genius.
Oh, I love Real Genius. I got the 4K of that.
I need to watch it. I've just never watched. I've never seen Real Genius, just like I've never seen War Games with.
Oh, War Games. Okay.
I don't
Matthew
know.
Broderick.
Matthew Broderick.
Have you seen The Saint? Remember The Saint? I used to love that growing up, dude.
Yeah, was that one with Elizabeth Shue?
Yeah, I think it was Elizabeth Shue. Yeah.
Remember At First Sight with Mira Sorvino, where he was the
No.
blind dude?
I don't remember that. No.
Yeah, I didn't see Ghost in the Darkness either. When I was a kid, I just
didn't
kind of
see
thought
that.
he was a hack because he was in Batman Forever. Because it's just Batman for. I liked Batman Forever as like a little kid. Well, I don't know how much I really liked it. I was really hyped to see it because obviously I was a huge fucking mark for Burton's Batman and Batman Returns, and I was all about those. So when Batman Forever was coming around, yeah, I was all in on all the propaganda they were feeding the kids with the toys. And remember how they had the commercial tie-in with Kellogg's cereal? It's like they'd have Batman on the box of corn pops.
They had the Burger King cups, I think, or something.
They'd have
glasses.
they'd have like Two-Face on the Fruit Loops, and they'd have like Riddler on the Apple Jacks or something, and it just I was all in, man. And when I remember I scrounged up, I saved up all of my money, which basically was just the change I could find that fell into car floorboards, and I would scrape it together, and I took it, and it was the first VHS I ever bought with my own money, and it's also the first CD I ever bought with my own money.
It's a great soundtrack. I think we need to do that film sometime. Do a commentary on that.
Have we not?
I don't know.
I mean, like, has it never been done in revival history? I mean, maybe it hasn't. I don't remember. Batman Forever equals most '90s movie ever.
I tend to agree.
I don't know. I don't know if it's the most '90s movie ever.
But, yeah, I think it is.
But anyway, so I spent all my money on. I remember we went to the mall, and it was probably like an FYE or not Suncoast. We didn't have Suncoast at the mall. I don't remember what it was, but they had a giant cardboard display right at the front of the entrance of the store in the mall with all the copies, brand new. And I bought it, and I think I paid way too. They were so expensive. They were really pricey. And I finally
DVD or VHS?
There was no DVD back then.
Oh, okay. Yeah, 95. Yeah, that's VHS.
So, but the film came out, I think, 96 on VHS theaters, 95.
Yeah.
And I remember, I mean, I guess I was into it, but I think I had just forced myself to be into it because I was more into the hype of it. And when I went home and we watched it, it just doesn't hold up. It's just really, really, really stupid. But I was prime example number one that kids were just eating it up no matter what they shoved it down our throats, because I didn't even think twice that, oh, this is nothing like the Burton Batman's. It's silly, it's campy, it's got all sorts of weird sexual innuendos in it, and I just ate it up because it was Batman and I was supposed to.
Well, Jim Carrey sold that film. I mean, he was selling everything in that time anyway.
No, yeah, he was the marquee guy for sure.
Yeah.
We had Real Genius, Revenge of the Nerds, and Porky's on a loop back in the day.
Oh yeah, they're all great.
We've never done anything with Nerds, Revenge of the Nerds.
Oh, I'd love to, man. That's one of my favorite comedies.
Yeah. Anyway,
we can go through all of them.
Yeah. What's your how do you rank the nerd movies? I've seen the first one a few times, and I've seen the second one. Most recently, I watched the second one, where they go on like vacation or whatever. But How do you rank the nerds?
1, 2, 4, 3.
Okay. Which one's Nerds in Love?
I think that's 2, isn't it?
I don't remember.
No, that's Nerds in Paradise, isn't it?
It's Nerds in Paradise. Yeah, they go to the beach.
That's
and stuff.
that should be 3, and then 4 is.
Isn't that where like Lamar is fucking making like the sandcastle dick or something, like the guy like
no, number 4 is Nerds in Love. Sorry,
Okay.
yeah, that's number 4. Oh, so I was thinking about 5. So
Oh, there is a 5th one. Jeez Louise.
yeah, because I think 5th's Booger Gets a Bride, right? That's 5th one.
I believe me, I dropped off after the 2nd one. I don't think I've seen any past that. But anyway, I think we should be starting our commentary.
Yeah.
I feel like we got to talk about some Return to Texas Chainsaw Massacre. What do you think is the better title, by the way? Return to Texas Chainsaw Massacre or Texas Chainsaw Massacre: The Next Generation?
Return.
Yeah, and we'll get into the changes they made and stuff like that.
The Next Generation is like Generation X. I'm sure that's what they were trying to go for.
I think they call it The Next Generation because it's basically a quasi reboot remake. They don't. It's kind of this weird. They always take Leatherface, and it doesn't. There is no canon. He's in the first one. He's a totally different entity in the second one. He's completely different in the third one. He's totally fucking different in this one. He's different in that Netflix one. It's just they just take the character of Leatherface and throw him in any scenario, and it's good. That's Texas Chainsaw Massacre for you. I'm like, I just think there has to be more to it than that. But
yeah,
guys, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna move over. We're gonna start this. We have to remind you that if you want to join in, you can become a member now. Hit the join button, couple bucks a month, and we will get started. Otherwise, if you want to do it later, it's going to be available for you as a member in post once I edit it together. But we are going to take a small break. We're going to jump in another room, and then we're going to go live. How much of a break do you need, Todd?
2 minutes.
Just 2 minutes?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So do you already have the video? Do you already have the chat created or the new room?
Yeah, the room's up there.
Okay. So if you're not a member, go ahead and become a member. Join us. Chat us up. I'm dying to talk about this movie. I still don't know if I'm angry about it or what I am about it, but
You might be surprised at what I think about this.
I'm scared. Hey, Dog Will Hunt, give them memes, Leatherface. Hey, Gamer Guy, you came in late, but we're about to hop over to the main stream, so we'll catch you guys. Hopefully, we'll catch a few guys over there in just 2 or 3 minutes. Later.